Hey friend, welcome to your Total Body Barre Sculpt workout. I am so excited to work out with you. Let's get started. All right friend, we'll begin with a brief warm-up. Your first move will be side lunges. So what you'll do is set your feet nice and wide and you'll simply lunge from one side to the other. So go ahead and set your feet nice and wide. Engage your abdomen, turn your toes out slightly. What you'll do is you'll bend into your left knee, shift your weight over, and then switch sides. So we're lunging from left and then to your right. Now you can stay slow, okay? Or you can quicken your pace. However, wherever you're at, check your alignment. Make sure that your bent knee tracks in line with your second toe and does not go beyond your toes. Hips reach back and heart leans forward. Allow your abdomen to remain engaged. You've got this, girl. Start to warm your body. Get it ready for what is to come. A whole lot of fun. You've got it, girl. Last couple rounds. Last time, come to center, wide forward fold. Fold forward. And we'll add a twist. Root down through your right hand. Inhale, sweep your left arm up towards the heavens. You can bend your knees if you need to. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, switch sides. Exhale, release it back down. Bend your knees and toe heel your feet. Back to center and then roll on up. Okay, girl, you have classic squats. You'll go ahead and set your feet to about hip width apart. Toes can slightly turn out. It's totally up to you. Bend your knees and then stand up tall. So we squat and rise, lower and lift. So my pace is a little fast here. To modify, you would simply slow your pace down, and you can also decrease your range of motion as you lower into your squat. We won't be here forever. Remember, this is your warm-up. Last one, stand up. Good job. Okay, girl, let's move into our lower body. So your body should be feeling nice and warm. We'll come into a wide second position. Set your feet outside of your shoulders, turn your toes out, and then from there, you'll lower your hips as you bend your knees. So go ahead and lower your hips, and then bend your knees. Shoulders above hips, tailbone neutral, knees pressed back, belly stays firm. Okay, hug a big beach ball. We'll move really small. We'll drop our hips down an inch and then lift up an inch. Down and up, lower and lift. That's it. Now, see if you can move smaller than me. See if you could work a little lower than me. Now, I've taken my hands to prayer to show you a modification. If your neck or shoulders are bothering you, that's for you. Otherwise, you're holding a big beach ball right out in front of your chest. You can always work higher by stepping your feet closer. Otherwise, I want you to get a little deeper into your horse pose, your wide second. Nice. Keep lifting up through the crown of your head. Elbows stay below your shoulders. Knees stay pressed back. When you do that, you activate your outer glutes. Give me 3, 2, last one. Hold, grand plies. You'll rise up, lift your arms overhead, come back down. So yep, that's it. Here are your grand plies. Let it be nice and big. Be expressive with your arms. So I've quickened my pace so you can match mine or work slower. Nice, flushing the body out after finding that small range of motion. When you rise, squeeze your inner thighs in and then firm your glutes in. Quads are working. Pretty much everything in your body is working here. Total body move. Inhale and exhale. Good job. Last time. And let it go. All right, friends, sumo squats with a leg raise. You'll set your feet outside of your hips and you'll turn your toes slightly out. You'll notice this is not as wide as your wide second. Okay? So we'll come down into a squat. We'll rise up, lift your left leg out to the side, come back down, lift up, right leg will raise, come back down. All right, so it's up and down, lift and lower. Your balance will be challenged, and that is a-okay. Now modification, instead of lifting your foot off of the floor, you point and tap your toes. Otherwise, allow your foot to lift off of the floor. You've got it, girl. Now when you come down into your sumo squat, make sure that your knees are tracking in line with your toes. They're bent, obviously, and they're not going beyond your toes, just slightly in front of your ankles. Hips reach back and down, heart leans forward, and your belly stays active the entire time. Avoid rounding through your shoulders as you lower. Keep a long spine as well. Really push down through your standing foot when you find your leg raise. Think about where you feel this. Outer booty, quads, and hammies. Last couple rounds. Good, last round right here. Last time to your right. Now hold it low. We'll find a small range of motion. You'll drop your hips. Down an inch and up an inch. Down an inch and up an inch. Yes, girl, you've got it. Really small here. See if you can work smaller than me and lower than me. Good. It's back and down and up. Lower and lift. So envision you're tapping your hips or your glutes on a chair. Okay, so you want to sit down, but I'm going to move that chair from underneath you. Last 3. Yes, you can. 2. Last 1. Stand up tall. All right, girl, we have elevators. This should be a familiar pose to you by now. You'll set your feet to hip width apart. You'll releve by coming onto the balls of your feet, and then you'll lift your heels off of the floor. Hands to your hips. Bend your knees, lower your hips, and hold. Belly firm, shoulders above your hips. Good, tailbone nice and neutral. Okay, small range of motion coming up here, 1 inch. Okay, it's down 1 inch, up 1 inch, down and lift, lower and push. That's it. Allow your movement to originate from your feet. Okay, so that's your foundation, your feet making contact with the earth. Chin stays off of your chest. Now, to modify, you can work with your heels lower. You could even place your heels on the floor and lessen the bend of your knees. Otherwise, lift your heels higher than mine, get lower in your legs, and then if you do that, make sure that your spine remains upright. Because often when we get lower, we want to hinge forward. So just make sure you have proper form. That's it, girl. Keep breathing. Inhale and exhale. Now coming up, we have calf raises. It won't be a big deal. Good job. Last 4, get lower. 3, yes you can. 2, make it strong. Hold. Now listen, you'll drop your heels. Tap the floor with your heels and then raise them back up. Down and up, lower and lift. Embrace your shake and quake. Notice the temptation to straighten your legs, especially when you drop your heels. Stay soft in your knees, neutral through your tailbone, firm through your abdomen. That's it. So notice the part of your body that is working the most. Your calves and your quads. Embrace the heat. How about 4 more because you're worth it, 3 because you're strong, 2 because you can, last 1, and stand up tall. Great job, shake it out. All right, upper body, go ahead and grab your light handheld weights, and we'll come into modified first lat pulls. So I'm using 2 pounds here. You're welcome to go heavier or lighter. I honestly would not go over 5 pounds. I know that sounds a little kooky, but just trust me, your neck and shoulders will feel a bit vulnerable here. So what you want to do is click your heels together and then separate your big toes a couple inches. All right. Now, from here we'll releve. So you'll rock onto your toes and lift your heels off of the floor. Bend your knees, open your knees, and hold. So shoulders above your hips, reach your arms overhead. You're gonna rise up, pull your elbows in and down, sink down, arms overhead. Okay, so reach your arms overhead and then pull it back and down. So you have two things going on. You have a lat pull and then your lower body is moving as well. So when you reach your arms overhead, you bend your knees. Okay, and then when you pull your elbows back and down, you straighten your legs. Now listen, to get the most out of this posture, you need your heels to remain clicked together. So squeeze them together, ignite your inner thighs. When you come down, open your knees, avoid them buckling in. A modification would be to just simply lighten your weights. So you would go down in weight, okay? You can always decrease the range of motion in terms of the lower body too. You've got it, girl. Last couple. I know this one burns, but you are worth this challenge. Last time. Okay, good job. Shake it out if you need to. Okay, my friend, we have modified first elbow taps. Stay in your modified first position. You'll bend your elbows, draw them out to the side, and allow your palms to face the floor. From here, begin to nudge your elbows back an inch and back an inch. Now you stay where you're at. I'm simply showing you what this move looks like from behind. We won't be here forever, so embrace the challenge. Embrace the heat that is igniting within your upper body. You've got it, girl. So keep your elbows below your shoulders. Stay low in your legs. Almost there. Yes, you can. Keep breathing. Good. Last couple. Last few. Last one. Okay, you want to stay in your modified first position. Once again, we have bicep scoops. So you'll draw your elbows down by your side body. Allow your palms to face the heavens. Okay, now lift them to shoulder height. We're going to rise up, pull the elbows in and back. Come down, lift the elbows up. You're welcome to choose your own rhythm. Good. Allow your breath to support your rhythm. Now, when you come down, avoid the elbows going much higher than your shoulders. You want to maintain control here. Better yet, keep the elbows at shoulder height or slightly below. Avoid your heels drifting to the floor. You want to keep them lifted. Belly firm, tailbone neutral. Last few moments here, getting some yummy shoulder work, bicep work. Coming up, we have elevated bicep curls. It won't be a big deal, I promise you. Last few moments, you'll give me one more up. Here you go, lift it up, squeeze it back, come on down and hold. Now listen, keep your elbows lifted, extend your arms. So bicep curl, reach and extend. You're in your modified first position. Embrace the challenge once again. Yes, you can. Elbows stay lifted. That's part of the challenge here. Rise to the occasion, girl. You've got this. Reach it out. Pull it in. You will not be here forever, so make the most of your time. Move slow. Create resistance, especially as you draw your weights in. Last time. Good job. Stand up. Shake it out. Well deserved. We have toe tap tricep presses. So you'll stand with your feet somewhat close together. You'll find a gentle bend in your knees, butt back, heart forward. Now reach your left leg out, extend your arms. Right leg out, extend your arms. And continue to alternate from one side to the other. Palms face the floor. Belly stays tight. Here's a modification. You can work with your arms lower. Otherwise, keep your arms to shoulder height. I would not go higher than shoulder height though. Be good to your body as you challenge your body. Try to stay low in your standing leg, the leg that is not moving. Last one. Okay, now listen. Plant your feet to hip width apart. Bend your knees more, hips back, heart forward. Extend your arms behind you, flip the palms up, and then just begin to pulse your arms up an inch, up an inch, up an inch. Okay, here's a tricep burner before we move on. Keep your chin off of your chest. Allow your spine to be long and your breath to be present. See about lifting your arms a little higher. Now, if you need to modify, you can put your weights down. That's totally fine. However, I would encourage you, once again, to rise to the occasion. Seek the challenge. You're so strong, girl. You've got this. Feel the back line of your arms getting stronger. Your triceps. Good. Hold. Stand up tall. Hallelujah. Okay, girl, put your weights down. We'll move into core. We'll start with glutes. So standing booty, right leg. You'll plant down through your left leg and then extend your right leg behind you as you hinge your torso slightly forward. Keep a gentle bend in your left knee, belly firm, relax your tailbone. Now, right leg back, lift your leg. And from here, you'll bend your knee a little and then extend. So it's a soften and reach. Soften and reach. Okay, so you can match my pace or go slower. Avoid going fast here. Now to modify, if you're feeling a little bit too wobbly where it's distracting, just go to the wall and lightly fingertip it. Otherwise, keep your hands on your hips, embrace the balancing element. Point through your big toe, so you're finding extension as you strengthen your body. Now, girl, how does that standing leg feel? I know your left outer glutes are on fire as well. That's okay, that's part of the fun. You've got it, girl. Coming up, we have leg lifts on the right side. So you'll stay right where you're at. Keep it up. A couple more moments right here. Okay. Last couple. Give me one more. Hold it back. Now listen. Find your balance and then begin to lift your leg up an inch, pulse, pulse, pulse. There's a temptation to let your right leg lower. Keep it elevated, spine hinging forward. Bend in your left knee. You've got it, girl. Coming up, we'll simply switch sides. It will not be a big deal. Last few moments. Last couple, hold, and let it go. Stand up tall, walk it out if you need to. All right, girl, root down through your right foot. Extend your left leg behind you as you hinge your torso slightly forward. Point through your left toes, and then lift your leg off of the floor. You're gonna bend your knee and then extend. So it's a soften and reach, soften and reach. Okay, you've been here before on the other side. You want to root down through your standing leg. That's a part of your foundation. That is your foundation. So root down through the three corners of your foot. Find a gentle bend in your knee. Allow your hips to be square, facing forward and slightly down. Spine is nice and long, and booty is on fire. Nice job, girlfriend. Keep it up. Like I mentioned before, if you need to modify, no big deal. Just go to the wall and lightly fingertip it. That will help you with your balance. Coming up, we have leg lifts. Remember, it's a small range of motion. Won't be a big deal. Give me two more. Last one, hold, and just pulse your leg up an inch, up an inch, up an inch. You've got it, girl. Think about where you feel this. The base of your glutes. Your hamstrings might feel heavy here too, and that's okay. That's a part of the fun. You've got it, girl. Keep lifting. Last little bit right here. Make it worth your while. Give me 3, 2, last one, hold. And stand up tall. Such great work. Okay, girl, let's come into a bridge lift. You'll lie down on your back. You'll set your feet outside of your hips. You'll turn your toes out. And then you'll lift your hips up into your bridge. And then we'll add a smiley range of motion. Okay, so you should almost be able to touch your heels with your fingertips. You'll lift your hips. Allow your knees to open out. Okay, so listen, you'll take your hips up and over to one side and then up and over to the other. So you're creating a smiley face here. Okay, allow the corners of your smiley face to be nice and high. Lift up and squeeze, lift up and squeeze. Now there's a temptation here when you lower, when you're crossing over to the other side and you're lowering your hips to rest. Avoid resting, allow it to be one fluid range of motion. That's it, really press down through your feet, especially your heels. That will help to ignite the back line of your legs, your calves, hamstrings, and your glutes. Last couple moments here. Coming up, we have a small range of motion. It won't be a big deal. Okay, hold at center, lift your hips a little higher, and then begin to pulse your hips up an inch, up an inch, up an inch. Spend more time lifting your hips than lowering your hips. The work is in the lift. Root down through your feet. Good. Last 4. Last 2. Last 1, hold. And lower. Such good work. You can hug your knees into your chest briefly. Okay, rock up. We have boat pose, girl. You'll sit down on your hips. You'll bend your knees, lift your shins parallel to the floor, and lean your torso slightly back. Layer 1, you would keep your feet down, draw your arms to a low V. Full expression, lift your shins, and then draw your arms to a low V. Palms fan up. Now this is a static hold. Sometimes a simple hold can be more challenging than moving your body. Okay, so rise to the occasion. Keep your chin off of your chest. Allow your belly to wrap in. Allow it to be supportive here. Okay, we have change coming up. It'll be a toe tap. We'll start on the right leg. So lower your right toes and then lift your leg back up. Left foot lowers, left knee lifts. Okay, so you can stay with that or modification. Plant your feet and simply march. One knee up at a time. Otherwise, it's a foot lower. One leg at a time. Now the temptation here is to rise out of your hinge. Stay hinged back. Last couple here. Last round, you've got it, girl. Last side. And let it go. You can hug your knees into your chest. Okay, coming into a propped up leg extension. You'll come down onto your elbows. Bend your knees above your hips and lift your shins parallel to the floor. You'll point through your toes. Chin off chest, shoulders back, belly firm. Now listen, you'll reach your right leg out. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, extend your left leg. Exhale, bring it in. Now you can stay on your elbows, which I encourage. If you need to, you can come down onto your back and modify there. Wherever you're at, move slow. Allow there to be thoughtfulness behind your movement. Point through the toe, exhale, resist it in. Think about where you're feeling this. You should be feeling this through your rectus abdominis. That's your frontal core. Some also refer to it as your sixth pack. Okay, so firm everything in. Try to relax your jaw. Last couple moments here. Last 3 each side. I know this one is challenging, but guess what? You are stronger than you think you are. You'll give me 1 more each side. Make it worth your while. Last one. Hallelujah. Good job. Okay, bicycle crunches. This is a classic. Come all the way down. Cradle your neck and head with your hands and lift your shins parallel to the floor. Okay? So you'll simply cross opposite elbow over to opposite knee as you extend your other leg away from your body. So it's just a crossing over and an extension of the other leg. Now I don't care if your elbow touches your thigh, your knee area. What matters is the gesture you're putting forth. What matters is the lift of your upper body. That's where the work begins. Okay, the crossover, that's a bonus. Start to feel the work throughout your upper abdomen. Allow that to move into your obliques, your side core. Almost there. Good job, and done. Hug your knees into your chest. All right, girl, we have classic crunches. So you'll plant your feet, you'll bend your knees. You'll once again cradle your neck and head with your hands. Allow your elbows to be broad. Now you'll inhale. As you exhale, lift your heart straight up. Inhale, resist it back down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, resist. Now your chin is somewhat soft here. Let your jaw go. Relax your facial expression. Move that intensity to your abdomen. You'll feel this intensely throughout your upper abs, and that's a good thing. Embrace the challenge. Allow your ribs to knit in and to sink down. Okay, we have change. Hold it up. We'll move 1 inch. You'll lift up an inch, barely lower. Up an inch, barely lower. Good. Now you can create your own rhythm here. The idea is to move small, to stay lifted and to move small. We have 1 more change coming up. We'll move even smaller than this. Hold. Begin to pulse. It's up, lift. Spend more time lifting than you are lowering. Yes, you can. Keep breathing. Allow the heat to burn. Hold. See about lifting a little higher. Last 4, 3, 2, last 1. And let it go. Good job. You can take a quick stretch. All right, girl, stay on your back. Last little bit of abs, knee marches. As you can see, you're marching 1 knee up to tabletop. So that means bringing your knee above your hip, shin lifted parallel to the floor, and then you'll alternate to your other side. Now, you can keep your feet flat here, or what I'm doing is pressing down through my standing foot and allowing my heel to be lifted. It's totally up to you. Now, this exercise might not seem like a lot. I totally get that. However, I encourage you to dig deep and to be thoughtful. Where do you feel this? You should be feeling this through your lower abdomen, your transverse abdominis. If you move slower, if you breathe deeper, I guarantee you that you will begin to feel a subtle engagement. This exercise is so important to training our bellies to lie nice and flat. Give me a couple more. Last side. And done. Good job. Okay, girl, well, you've earned it. We've arrived at your cool down. You can hug your knees into your chest, rock from one side to the other, and then take a full body stretch. Point through your toes, reach through your hands. All right, girl, you'll flip onto your belly. Allow your shoulders to stack above your elbows, hips down, legs down, heart bright. Now you're welcome to glance over your right shoulder here, back to center, glance over your left shoulder, back to center. Okay, you're gonna come onto your left side body, bend your top knee, quad stretch, and then hug your knee in. Okay, switch to the other side, right elbow down, bend your top knee, quad stretch, hug your knee in. Good work, friend. Go ahead and sit upright, cross your ankles. We'll come into a neck stretch. Draw your chin to your chest, roll your left ear to left shoulder. Hold it here for a moment. Come back to center. Switch sides, right ear to right shoulder. Come back to center. Lift your chin parallel to the floor. And great job. Well, thank you so much for joining me. You crushed it. I'm so proud of you. And I will see you for our next one. Take care.